This is my favorite series so far from this anime season. I do not say this lightly. I went into this anime not expecting a thing. Not at all. I thought it was going to be an average series. I didn't think it was going to be good. I read the actual summary. It didn't sound that interesting. So I gave it a watch. Mahouka. Damn, this thing is freaking amazing. The animation is not the best animation I've ever seen, but the overall, the way it has been set up in the universe, the way it's taken place in a certain timeline, it just has so much potential to be such a badass and epic series. So let's talk about the overall plot if you don't know exactly what it's about. So Mahouka takes place after World War III in like 2050 or 2060, and supposedly to end World War III, they had to use magical technicians. Magical technicians pretty much used to stop wars, and like each individual country are trying to get more, I guess, intelligent and better magical technicians out in the world. So, we have our two main characters. We have, you know, brother and sister combo. We have Tatsuya, and we have Miyuki. Now, these two characters, I don't know how I feel about their entire romance type feelings between each other, but besides that, if you can look past that point, this episode has a lot of potential. Let me show you why. Now, I didn't think this was actually going to be a battle type series. I didn't think it was going to have much action, but we get to see an actual portion of this episode. We get to see like a ninja type fighting sequence where we see our main male character fighting with his fist. It was so fucking badass. I mean, I never expected to see the fluid animation, the fights, and the music. The freaking music in these scenes were just so freaking epic. It's something you would see in, like, the music in a shonen anime. So, overall, first impressions, I love the way the plot was set up and the actual place and the atmosphere of this is taking place. I mean, it's taking place after World War III, so it's actually some form of a futuristic type anime, but at the same time, I don't see no mechs or anything, so maybe this has a lot of potential. I don't know. From what we can see here, each person has their own individual powers, and they can do their own different things, and they're going to this actual elite school that's for the top of all the people to be able to become a magical technician or a magical engineer. So our main male character's goal is to become a magical engineer. That's what we can get from this episode, and he really doesn't reveal much of his power in this episode. He's pretty much been ranked into the lowest part of this academy. He's called a weed, and the top people are called blooms, and we get to see a lot of discrimination and prejudice in this episode. That's really what this episode leads towards. We get to see discrimination of how the honor students think they're badass and awesome, and that they can get away with it, like, doing whatever they want to the people that are below them. And this is the kind of theme we usually see in a lot of anime, but I like the way they demonstrated it, and the way the male character's like, I'm not putting up with this shit, and freaking just... oh my god, the way he just acts, get up from the table and just walks away, the way he just stands up in front of it when he's getting interrogated and the entire group is getting interrogated, and he acts like a freaking boss and pretty much puts down all the blooms, was just so freaking awesome. I love the way it was introduced. It really shows us his side of character that was displayed really well in this episode. So what we can see from his character is that he's very strong, he's very intelligent, he's just a very smart character. That's what we could see from this episode, and he has a lot of hidden potential. He has probably hidden powers that's very strong, and most likely, he can be very crazy in the future. Like, he's probably the strongest person in this school, because, I mean, he's been put as a weed, okay? And that's the lowest, as I said earlier on in this review, and the blooms are the higher up ones, but his sister is pretty much in the bloom section, but she says that he deserves to be in a better group besides her. So most likely, the brother is hiding something major, and he definitely is smarter than he lets on in this episode, and I feel it. I feel so much greatness in this series. I love the way it displayed everything. I don't know if I'm expressing these emotions enough to all of you, but the feels this episode gave me, and this series in a whole, is great. I went into this anime not expecting nothing. Like I said, I didn't know nothing about the series. I knew nothing. I didn't even know exactly whose studio was animating this at right now. I don't know if this was adapted properly from a light novel or a manga, but badass. That is my words. I recommend this to everybody that probably wants a very intelligent series that will definitely deal with, I guess, morals, discrimination, and probably something to do with war in a sense like World War III. So tell me your thoughts on this episode, everybody. Did you watch this series yet? If you enjoyed this series, let me know in the comments below. And if you hate this series, let me know also. I want to know if you hate the series. Let me know also why you don't like it. But I feel like this has potential, really the potential, to be a very stunning series of this anime season. So everybody, have a wonderful day or night wherever you live, and everybody, love you so much. Chibi out.